It did not happen suddenly. It had been warned. Again and again, through prophets, through kings, through moments, when everything could have changed. But it didn't. And now, nothing was left to stop it. Jerusalem still stood. The temple still stood. The walls still stood. But what stood outwardly was already broken within. The kings who followed Josiah did not restore. They did not return. They continued. Jehoahaz, Jehoiakim, Jehoiakim, Zedekiah, names that came and went, but none that changed direction. And above them, a new power had risen, Babylon, stronger than Assyria, more relentless, more final, and it came, not just to threaten, but to take. At first, Judah resisted. Then it submitted. Then it rebelled again. And each time, the cost increased, because rebellion, without strength, does not lead to freedom. It leads to destruction. And the king of Babylon came against Jerusalem, and the siege began. Not for a day, not for a moment, but for years. And inside the city, everything began to collapse. Food ran out, strength failed, hope disappeared, because a city can only stand as long as what sustains it remains. And when that is gone, everything else follows. And in the 11th year, the wall was broken, the defense failed, and the city was entered, and the king fled, not in strategy, not in retreat, but in desperation. He ran by night, but he was pursued, and he was taken, and brought before the king of Babylon. And there, his sons were slain before him, and then his eyes were put out, and he was bound and taken away, because what he had seen would be the last thing he ever saw. And the city was left, not standing, but exposed. And then it was finished. The house of the Lord burned. The king's house burned. All the great houses burned. The walls of Jerusalem broken down, not damaged, not weakened, destroyed, and the vessels taken, the people carried away, and only the poorest of the land remained, because what had once been a kingdom was now empty, and the place that had been chosen was now silent, because judgment had come, not suddenly, but exactly as it had been spoken, because they had not listened, they had not turned, they had not returned, and all that had been built over generations was undone, not by strength, but by refusal. And the land rested, not in peace, but in absence, because the people were gone, taken to a land that was not theirs, living under a king that was not theirs, remembering a place they could not return to. And the line of David, though not ended, was no longer on the throne, because the kingdom was finished, and what remained was not rule, but exile. And yet, even here, the story did not end, because one king, Jehoiakim, was lifted, not restored, but remembered and given a place, not as a ruler, but as one who remained. Because though the kingdom had fallen, the promise had not been forgotten, and what had ended would one day begin again. But not here, not now, because this was the end of the kings.